Please note today's event is being recorded. I would now like to turn the conference over to Sophie Lee, Head of Capital Markets. Please go ahead.
Thank you, operator. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. The company's results and the investor relations presentation were released earlier today and are available on the company's IR website at ir.zto.com. On the call today from ZTO are Mr. Meisong Lai, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, and Mrs. Huiping Yan, Chief Financial Officer. Mr. Lai will give a brief overview of the company's business operations and highlights, followed by Mrs. Yan, who will go through the financials and guidance. They will both be available to answer your questions during the Q&A session that follows. I remind you that this call may contain forward-looking statements made under the Safe Harbor provisions of the Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995. Such statements are based on management's current expectations and the current market and operating conditions, and they relate to events that involve known or unknown risks, uncertainties, and other factors, all of which are difficult to predict and many of which are beyond the company's control, which may cause the company's actual results, performance, or achievements to differ materially from those in the forward-looking statements. Further information regarding this and other risks, uncertainties, and factors is included in the company's filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The company does not undertake any obligation to update any forward-looking statement as a result of new information, future events, or otherwise, except as required under law. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Meisong Lai. Mr. Lai will read through his prepared remarks in their entirety in Chinese before I translate for him in English. 赖总，请。
大家好，感谢各位参加今天的电话会议。2025年2季度，快递行业延续了较高的增长，业务量同比提升17.3%。中通坚持把质量放在首位，保持了行业领先的服务水平，业务量同比增长16.5%，达到了98.5亿件，市场份额实现了环比的提升。同时，面对激烈的市场竞争，实现了调整后净利润20.5亿元。2季度，快递行业轻小件占比扩大的趋势依然明显，越来越多的商家倾向于选择更加经济廉价的快递服务。中通凭借网络规模以及服务领先和稳定等形成的议价能力，未能得到充分的价值体现。在部分区域，尤其是价格竞争激烈的产粮区，业务量增长低于预期。与此形成鲜明对比的是，中通的散件业务量同比增速超过了50%。自去年起，中通持续聚焦差异化产品构建与服务效能的提升，依托不断强化的服务品质、时效保障及网络覆盖能力。2季度散件业务量占比丰泽成功突破8%，产品结构的优化缓解了增量补贴的压力，为快递核心业务分别带来了单票收入1毛7分和毛利2分的提升。此外，通过强化数字化运营，合理配置资源，并落实责任到岗的精准绩效，中通实现了单票寄运加分解成本同比下降7分的增效成果。这些成绩既体现了中通专注运营效益和能力建设的战略定力，也验证了差异化优势产品与服务能力是构筑未来综合竞争力的关键要素。健康稳定的网络生态与合作伙伴的长期信心，是快递加盟模式可持续发展的根基。中通持续践行的同建共享理念，与国家和行业监管部门对社会基层利益保障的关切高度一致。 终以高效扎实的运营体系为支撑，持续赋能网络合作伙伴实现共赢发展。中通面对前端价格竞争的布局之举及末端建设和网络赋能的战略工作正在持续稳步的推进。核心措施有以下几点：一、优化网络政策，系统梳理网点收派过程各个环节的成本，确保网络政策的合理匹配。同类网点政策趋同，提升透明度并持续深化公允性，结合区域市场实际水平，制定精准的激励机制，杜绝盲目超额补贴。二、提升末端效益，合理部署各类自动化分解和运输设备，减少人工投入并提升作业效率，通过折链折送模式降低网点分解派送成本，让快递员把更多的时间聚焦于揽派工作。三、深化到角到边，进一步统一思想，落实揽件利润分配的激励效果，激发快递员的内生动力，提升揽收响应度和服务及时性，深耕散件客户，增加收益。四、优化驿站定位和产品，在提供作业派件成本解决方案的同时，有机融合驿站、快递柜、便利店及其他社区商业等本地生活交互形式，与消费者建立多维度便捷高效的连接。中国快递行业历经20余载高速发展，以塑就全球最大的规模和最高的效能，成为社会发展的支柱行业之一。中通深度参与了这一过程，通过实践充分印证了领先的规模优势与运营效率是持续健康发展的基础条件和核心动能。行业竞争格局的演变已呈现出从规模数量导向转向量质并举的必然趋势，从快递要素竞争升级为数字化、智能化、多元化综合物流产品和服务能力的竞争，将成为最终的行业态势。回首过往，我们曾经从险恶的逆境中求得生存，通过不懈攻坚实现了赶超。过去的10年，无论宏观经济和快递行业格局如何变迁，我们始终坚持在看清客观实际的同时，聚焦做好自己，从而保持了质量、规模和盈利的领先。中通的品牌背后是成千上万的员工和加盟伙伴，我们共同追求的是实现个体美好生活的同时，为社会解决实际的问题，用我们的产品造就更多人的幸福。展望未来，新经济环境和竞争向我们提出了新的挑战。我们深信中国快递及整体物流行业的发展前景广阔，中通独特的品牌文化、坚实的网络基础、雄厚的财务实力，必将是我们长期战略进取和愿景达成的保障。只要脚踏实地落实执行，我们定能与合作伙伴携手，实现利他利社会的长久价值和股东回报。接下来我们请严总给大家介绍财务结果和预期。谢谢大家。
Thank you, Chairman. Please allow me to translate first. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's conference call. In the second quarter of 2025, the express delivery industry continued to maintain a robust growth, with the business volume increasing by 17.3% year-over-year. ZTO adhered to its quality-first principle, and with an industry-leading service level, we grew parcel volume by 16.5% year-on-year to reach 9.85 billion, and increased market share sequentially. Despite fierce market competition, ZTO achieved an adjusted net income of 2.05 billion RMB. During the quarter, the trend towards a higher proportion of light and small parcel in the industry remained, as more merchants opted for more economical or affordable express delivery services. The value from ZTO's premium pricing power, underpinned by our extensive network scale and leading service quality and stability, was not fully realized. In some regions, particularly major production zones with extreme price competition, the volume growth came in lower than expected. In stark contrast, ZTO's retail parcel volume grew over 50% year-over-year. Since last year, we have continuously focused on enhancing volume mix and upgrading service capability and efficiency. Leverage ongoing improvements in service quality such as timeliness guarantee and coverage expansion, retail parcels volume peaked over 8% of total volume during the quarter. This mixed optimization of volume structure alleviated the pressure from volume-based subsidies, bringing positive unit contribution of 17 cents in revenue and 2 cents in gross profit for the core express delivery business. Additionally, by further implementation of digitization of information and intelligent operations, optimizing resource allocation and assigning responsibility with clear accountability, we attained 7 cents productivity gain over the same period last year for combined unit cost of transportation and sortation. This achievement not only reflected our strategic commitment to improving operational capability and efficiency, but also validated that differentiated high-quality products and services are the most critical elements for forging comprehensive competitive edge for the future. A healthy and stable eco-network and long-term confidence of franchisee partners are the foundation for the sustainable development of the express delivery franchisee model. ZTO's enduring philosophy and practice of shared success aligns well with government and the regulatory authorities' intention and emphasis on safeguarding grassroots interests. Backed by excellence in an efficient and strong operational system, we consistently empower our network partners to achieve win-win. Our initiatives aimed at effectively addressing front-end impasse in price competition are steadily progressing forward with the following core focuses. First, optimizing network policies. Systematically identify outlets costs throughout various stages of pickup and delivery, ensuring rational policy alignment, standardize policies across similar outlets to improve transparency and fairness, implement precise incentive mechanisms tailored to market reality, and avoid blind and excessive subsidies. Second, enhancing last mile efficiency. Install various automated sorting and transportation equipment at suitable outlets to reduce manual work and improve efficiency. Reduce outlet costs through direct dispatch to last mile posts, allowing couriers to focus more time and energy on pickup and delivery. Third, incentivize retail response and fulfillment, further unifying goals and objectives, and enforce profit allocation gravitated towards couriers so that they become self-motivated to be responsive and timely in serving retail customers with increasing loyalty, hence achieving greater earnings. Fourth, redefine value proposition of last mile post. While providing industry solutions to reduce delivery costs, integrate last mile post with lock boxes, convenience stores, and other community livings and commerce contact points to establish dimensional, convenient, and efficient consumer connections. After more than 20 years of rapid development, China's express delivery industry has built the world's largest scale and the most efficient operations and has become one of the pillar industries of the China's socio-economic growth. As a key participant, ZTO has fully demonstrated that leading scale and operational efficiency are the cornerstone to and core driving force for its sustained healthy development. The industry dynamics are evolving, and the shift from volume-driven expansion to a balanced growth in both quantity and quality is evident and inevitable. Peer competition will elevate from basic delivery elements to comprehensive logistics solutioning powered by digitization, intelligent, and smart operations in the final competitive landscape. Looking back, we have overcome adversity and earned a seat in the industry. Through relentless effort and ingenuity, we followed and surpassed. Over the past decade, no matter the changes in the macroeconomic and industry changes, we have maintained course in our own path, achieving leadership in quality, scale, and profitability. Behind the ZTO brand are tens and thousands of employees and partners united in a shared mission. That is, while solving problems for others, we can afford better living of our own, and we can bring happiness to more people. Looking ahead, the new economic and competitive environment has put new challenges in front of us. We firmly believe in the vast growth prospect of China's express delivery and the broader logistics industry. ZTO's unique culture, robust infrastructure, and franchisee network, solid financial strength will support our long-term strategic vision and ambition. With steadfast execution, we will be able to collaborate with our partners to deliver long-lasting value for others and society, as well as returns to shareholders. Now let's invite Mrs. Yan to go over the financial results and guidance.
Thank you, Chairman Lai and Sophie. Hello to everyone on the call. As I go through our financials, please note that unless specifically mentioned, all numbers quoted are in RMB, and percentage changes refer to year-over-year comparison. Detailed information on our financial performance, unit economics, and cash flow are posted on our website, and I'll go through some of the highlights here. In the second quarter, we continued to prioritize quality, which helped to drive volume expansion and cost optimization. Our parcel volume reached 9.8 billion, which grew 16.5%. Adjusted net income decreased 26.8% to 2.1 billion, largely attributable to competition-based price decline. ASP for the core express delivery business decreased 4.7% or 6 cents, and the breakdown are the following. 5 cents decrease from the decline in average weight per parcel, and 18 cents decrease from higher volume incentives. These decreases were partially offset by a 17-cent positive contribution from increase in KA volume, mainly comprised of headquarter contracted reverse logistics products and services. Total revenue increased 10.3% to 11.8 billion as a combined result of volume increase and price decline. Total cost of revenue was 8.9 billion, which increased 25.1%. Overall unit costs for the core express delivery business increased 7 cents to 89 cents. Combined unit cost of sorting and transportation decreased 11.1% or 7 cents for the quarter, benefiting from economies of scale and various productivity gain initiatives. Specifically, unit cost for line haul transportation decreased 14% to 33 cents, given enhanced route planning in conjunction with optimizing fleet operations and lower fuel cost. Unit sorting costs decreased 7% to 25 cents, benefiting from automation and labor efficiency. Unit KA costs increased 15 cents, which was in line with KA volume growth. Gross profit decreased 18.7% to $2.9 billion, and gross margin rate dropped 8.9 points to 24.9%. SG&A, excluding SBC, grew 5.9% to $621 million. SG&A expenses, excluding SBC, as a percentage of revenue, declined to 5.2%, reflecting strong corporate cost leverage. Income from operations decreased 23% to $2.5 billion, and associated margin dropped 9.1 points to 20.9%. Operating cash flow was $2.2 billion for the quarter, representing a 37.7% decrease, primarily due to higher advances for expanded reverse logistics services and increased dividend without withholding tax payments. Adjusted EBITDA decreased 18.5% to $3.5 billion, and capital expenditure for second quarter totaled $1.1 billion, and we anticipate the annual capex in 2025 to be $5.5 to $6 billion. Now, moving on to our guidance. We are revising our parcel volume guidance to be in the range of 38.8 billion to 40.1 billion, representing a 14% to 18% annual increases. Putting it into context, without any question, quality is first. Then volume is mission critical to us. Meanwhile, there are no excuses for subsidies that are unproductive to us, the brand operator, or to our network partners. That is what we mean reasonable earnings. By assessing current market and operating conditions, and given the visibility we have into the industry development for the second half of the year, we trust in the operational team's commitment in delivering volume growth at pace with the industry average for the year, hence keeping ZTO's market share intact. Above assessments and estimate represent management's current and preliminary view, which are subject to change. Now, this concludes our prepared remarks. Operator, please open the lines for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. If you would like to ask a question, please press star then one. If your question has been addressed and you would like to remove yourself from queue, please press star then two. We do ask that you limit yourself to 2 questions. Today's first question comes from Quinlei Fan with Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Thank you. 赖总、袁总、Sophie 早上好。感谢给我这个提问的机会，也感谢公司在这个比较不确定的环境中对这个份额盈利和服务质量做出的不断的努力。我有2个小问题。那第一个问题是关于下半年的建量指引的。因为我们看到基于现在的指引，其实这个暗含的下半年的建量增长的这个范围其实是一个很宽的一个范围，可能从11到20左右的这个范围。那就想严总刚刚也提到了说，其实还是希望跟行业的增速保持一致，所以可能这主要还是基于对整个下半年行业的增速的一个比较宽范围的一个预判吧。就想请教一下，在下半年从管理层的角度，怎么看这个对行业建量增长的这个影响的一些主要因素，有什么因素我们应该特别注意，它可能会让这个行业建量的增长比预期的更好或者更差。 这第一个小问题。那第二个小问题是关于科技和 AI 的应用。那想请教公司在今年1、2季度有没有什么新的关于科技和AI 应用方面的进展？那这些新的进展对我们的收入，然后成本的效率和服务质量的提升有什么具体的影响？Let me translate for myself. Thank you, management, for taking my questions, and thank you for the management and all stakeholders' efforts in market share and profitability and service quality improvement. So I have two questions. The first question is about the outlook for the second half of this year for this industry. We noticed that in our volume guidance, the implied volume growth for the second half of this year, actually the range is quite a wide one. And management also mentioned to still aim to grow in line with the industry. That said, this wide range of growth outlook is mainly because of potentially lots of uncertainties in growth for the industry. So what could be the key factors that potentially impact the second half 25 market growth outlook? My second question is about the technology and AI's application. What are the new efforts and initiatives that we have adopted in this year, and what's the impacts we have seen from these efforts on cost efficiency gain, or on revenue generation, or on service quality improvement? Thank you.
你好，感谢你的提问啊。那我们全年的指引是14到18，这个是低于我们年初给出的指引。基于这个，其实我们上半年第二季度这个市场份额环比是比第一季度是增长的，特别这个5、6月份我们乃至高于了行业的增长。下半年的指引呢，是因为从趋势来看，7月份我们行业上半年1到7月份增长18.7%，那这个7月份行业增长是15.1%，所以我们预判的下半年的增长可能比上半年要低一点。所以我们调整了这个指引这个我们还是会做好这个服务质量利润跟份额的这个平衡的工作。总体来讲呢，下半年因为这段时间大家也关注就是这个因素如果价格回升这个包邮的很低的价格，这个快件的量有可能会受一些影响，所以总体趋势情况就是这样这个是第一个问题。第二个问题是在 AI 这个信息技术方面的规划与举措，以及我们在人工智能上的应用。过去几年呢，中通在精细化管理和经营决策上实现了数字化转型。接下来呢，我们将深化人工智能工具在全业务环节的应用，持续为客户网点中心及一些业务员降本增效。今年主要方向包括：一，在中心层面建立 3D 数字衍生模型，实现远程管理与自动预警调控。该模型可使我们中心一线管理人员减少1/3，触分率下降60%以上。二是在末端规划上，我们将人工智能应用于驿站选址、驿站折分方案制定及直送线路规划等场景，赋能网点提升智能化规划能力， 三是在客服方面，我们将智能客服嵌入商家售后渠道，每天自动处理超过200万售后工单，覆盖90%以上的商家售后需求，既大幅降低了网点的客服成本，又实现了7×24小时的在线服务。第四个是在员工支持方面，我们上线了知识库的问小通，日均服务用户已破万，员工通过自然语言对话即可快速获取业务知识与操作指南，有效提升了响应速度，并减少操作差错。谢谢。
Thank you very much for your question, and I'll translate for Chairman. Yeah, indeed, our volume growth was below our expectation set in the beginning of the year. Second quarter, however, we have seen that the sequential increase in our market share, specifically month May and June, we had experienced higher than industry average growth. Looking at the trend for the whole industry for January through July, the growth was 18.7%, and for the month of July, it was 15.1%. So we do see a slight slowdown for the industry, and then we believe that second half of the year would most likely to be lower in its growth rate than the first half of the year. With that said, though, we would still continue to focus on our work, that is to achieve balanced improvements and growth for quality of services, volume, and profit. Overall, we think that the recent market dynamics shift with some of the region's price increases, smaller logistic fee-free type of packages would mostly be impacted. And hence, in other words, it would most likely shrinking in its volume. So we've considered many factors such as these to adjust our overall guidance. Yes, indeed, it is in a wide range because, again, there are still many uncertainties in the macroeconomic environment, as well as in the industry competitive dynamics. So we do have a annual 14 to 18% guidance provided. Second question. In the recent years, ZTO has directed attention and resources towards lean management and digitization to transform the way we make decisions and solve problems. Going forward, we will further integrate AI tools across all business segments, continuously driving cost efficiencies in serving the last mile fulfillment for our outlet operators, for the frontline couriers, so that they are able to reduce cost. This year, some of our key initiatives included one at the sorting center level, the developing 3D digitized parallel model that enables remote management and real-time monitoring, provided automated early warning capabilities. And this model has allowed us to reduce frontline management headcount by 1/3 and has cut mis-sorting rates by more than 60%. In the last mile scenario for its planning, we are applying AI to scenarios such as site selection, design of the specifics of the direct linkage solution, and directive delivery routes empowering outlets to improve their intelligent planning capabilities. At the customer service front, we have embedded AI-powered service agent system into merchants' after-sales support channels. These agent systems autonomously handle over 2 million after-sales requests daily, covering more than 90% of merchants' service needs. This not only significantly reduced costs for our outlets' customer service operations, but also allowed 7 days a week, 24 hours a day service availability. At the employee level, we have launched the knowledge-based Ask Xiaotong program, which now serves on average over 10,000 users daily. Through natural language queries, employees can quickly obtain accurate business knowledge and operational directions, hence effectively improve response time and reduce rates of errors. Hope that answers your question.
Thank you. And our next question today comes from Luo Yuzhang with Guosheng Securities. Please go ahead.
赖总、严总、Sophie 好，我是国盛交易分析师罗月江。感谢给我这个提问机会。我有2个小问题想请教一下公司管理层。第一个是怎么看待本轮这个产粮区涨价的持续性？第二个是想请教一下公司广东地区涨价对公司的这个利润影响。Let me translate myself. How do you view the sustainability of the current price increase in Guangdong, and what's the impact of price increases in Guangdong on company profits? Thank you.
你好，这个确实今年上半年这个价格竞争还是非常惨烈的，所以我们认为行业要持续稳定健康发展一定是从价格战要走向价值战一定是用服务的品质去赢得市场。我们相信这个整个行业一定会理性的看待这个价格的问题。价格战只会伤害这个整个行业的是一种短期行为，所以我们对这个行业的稳定还是充满信心。广东呢，从8月份开始，8月5号开始整个行业价格做了一些调整，这个也是朝着良性的方向去发展了。利润因为有一部分块件从现在行业最低价是1块4毛钱，所以比原来确实涨了一些这个对公司的整体利润这是正向的大部分呢是还是网点跟业务员派费业务员的派费跟网点的收入的增加这个是利好。还有问题吗？我们相信就是整个行业还是会对这个延续性我们认为这个是可持续的概率肯定是高的。谢谢。
Thank you very much for your question. As it's evident that the first half of the year, the competition is quite fierce. In order for the industry to continue to grow, we must shift from price-driven volume to quality of services in order to win market presence for the long run. We believe the industry will eventually return to census, and price competition is a short-term behavior. Since August the 5th, in the whole industry in Guangdong does have a slight price adjustment. It's a positive adjustment upward. The lowest price for the industry right now is 1.40 RMB, slightly improved compared to before. The impact to the company is less significant, as it's mainly for improvements in the relieving pressure for outlets and for the couriers so that they are able to receive higher delivery fee. As far as how it would sustain, we tend to believe that there is a good possibility and good chance for it to last.
Thank you. And our next question today comes from Aaron Luo with UBS. Please go ahead.
赖总、袁总、曹飞总好呀。对，谢谢你们接受我的提问哈。我这边也有3个问题。第一个其实还是关于价格的，就是刚才咱们也提到，就是尤其虽然上半年价格竞争很激烈，但是下半年因为国家也在这个又再次号召反内卷嘛，所以粮区都已经开始提价了。那是不是我们可以说，至少今年来说，这个价格已经见底了？那然后往后几年，就明后年看，你们对价格的走势是什么判断的？这是第一个问题。那第二个问题是关于这个无人物流车的。那因为我们也注意到，其实我们和一些头部的公司都有比较紧密的合作嘛，所以想问一下咱们这块目前的这个进展是什么样的？大概什么时候我们会看到这个大规模的应用？还有这块对我们在这个配送效率上，包括成本效率上有多大的这个提升空间？就是中长期来看。那最后一个问题是关于咱们的这个股东回报上，这个我们目前的计划有没有什么改变和调整啊？那往后看是不是还能有这个继续提升的空间？Let me translate for myself. Thanks, Ms. Lai, Ms. Yan, and Sophie for taking my questions. I have 3 ones. The first one is also about pricing. We knew that the price competition in the first half is very intense, but following the anti-involution campaign, we already noted some price hikes already started in some industry key regions. So what's your views on the pricing development in the remaining of the year and also beyond? And the second question is about unmanned delivery vehicles. We noted that they have very close cooperation with some leading providers. So just curious about our current development on this, progress on this, and also how much of a benefit we could see from this on driving up our last mile delivery efficiency, also the cost benefit. The last question is about our shareholder returns. Do we still see further room on improvement in terms of payout and share buybacks? Thank you so much.
谢谢你的提问。价格呢，这个其实今年上半年这个压力是比较大的，整个行业。过去呢，这个价格上其实一到旺季调价，24年呢，其实这旺季价格基本是维持，然后今年开年到2季度末呢，直到7月份，其实这个价格一直是持续往下走的。8月份以后呢，这个反内卷这个确实起了一些效果，这个价格呢在回升这个明显低于成本价的这个整个行业这个监管部门一起在努力这个方面。未来的判断就是再竞争也 我认为也不太可能像达到就是这个快递在1块钱以内，这个时代我认为不太有可能，所以我们还是非常有信心价格趋稳，最后企业的竞争，行业的持续稳定发展可持续发展一定是从价格战转向价值战，这个第一个问题。第二个就是无人车的运用。我们在无人车就自动驾驶领域均进入了商业化测试阶段。我们也跟这个行业领军的企业开放协作，加速技术落地。我们还依托自有的测绘职责，实现了制作高精地图的能力，并在50个转运中心完成数字连声建模，实现人车快递及设施全要素实时可视化，并支持远程智能调控。这些技术布局将持续提升我们的网络效率，强化核心竞争力。无人车呢，已经在中通的部分网点实现商业化运用，在降本方面的成效是显著的。我们大概有200多个城市有路权的城市呢，都已经投入。目前呢，有700个网点投入了无人车，超过了2000台，覆盖城市超过200个。今年呢，总部通过提供采购优惠、路权协助申请等方式加快推广，并于2季度与头部无人车企达成战略合作，聚焦末端场景持续打磨产品性能与可靠性。随着各地路权逐步放开及技术的迭代降本，无人车即将进入规模放量阶段。我们还搭建了无人车运力平台，致力于推动行业规范化及标准化。目前已接入新石器等头部无人车企业，该平台已在240多个城市广泛应用，每日完成20万件快捷配送，累计行驶里程突破190万公里。这个无人车呢，确实能够从站点到驿站能够实现降本。我们传统的车辆大概率在1毛2到1毛5分钱，那用无人车呢，可以做到5到8分钱，这个可以降个6、7分钱这样的，实现这样的回报。这个股东回报这个公司会综合考量分红及回购2种手段，逐步增加股东回报。公司目前现金流充沛，正在安排合理的资金出境节奏。在回购决策上，公司紧密关注市场动态及股价走势，综合考虑当前市场环境的不确定性及财务灵活性的安排，我们正在寻找更具性价比的回购策略。谢谢。
Now let me help translate and supplement where necessary. The first half of the year, the price pressure is quite significant and the competition is really fierce. In the past, typically in the high season, price will return, as opposed to in the low season, capacity need to be filled and the price will be low. For 2024, it wasn't as such, because during the high season, the price largely remained stable. In the beginning of this year, all the way through July, we have observed price decline, and the trend remained. Post-August, the anti-involution initiatives did help slight increase in the market price. For those that are significantly and below cost, price practices were being strictly dealt with and addressed. We think in the future, no matter what the competition heat up to or slow down, for express delivery price to come in below 1 RMB is not feasible, because again, this is a cost-based pricing system. And we even strongly believe in the long run, a sustainable competitive landscape needs to go from price competition to value and capability competition. For the second question relating to autonomous vehicles, overall, ZTO has entered into commercialization in the early but successful testing stage of utilizing autonomous vehicles, drones, and other self-driving technology. And we are actively collaborating with industry leaders. Most of the industry leaders are not only developing their technology based on the AI autonomous driving technology development itself, which is rapid, and also applying real case scenarios. We are one of the very application scenarios that's well fitted. At the same time, we have been leveraging our in-house surveying and mapping qualifications, because we do get that certification to make our own maps. We have developed the capability to generate high precision maps to serve the delivery process. We have completed the parallel digitization model for over 50 sorting centers, enabling real-time visualization of all operating elements, including personnel, vehicles, parcels, and equipment facilities, so as to support remote intelligent monitoring and control. These technology initiatives will continue to enhance network efficiencies and strengthen our core competitiveness. Autonomous vehicles have been also commercially deployed at some of our outlets and have shown significant results in cost reduction. We have over 700 outlets in over 200 cities where the road permits were available, that employs in total of over 2,000 autonomous vehicles to serve their delivery purposes. And this year, to further elaborate, that the headquarters has accelerated the promotion of autonomous vehicles among outlets by offering central procurement and providing discounts in assisting in road right-of-way negotiations. In the second quarter, we reached a strategic cooperation agreement with a leading autonomous vehicle company to jointly explore the implementation of autonomous vehicle in last-mile delivery scenarios and further enhance the performance and reliability. At the same time, since we do have a last-mile focus, we have established a autonomous vehicle logistic platform to promote industry standardization. Currently, we have been working very closely with top autonomous vehicle company such as Neolix and etc. in rolling out in the future more and more into more and more cities. We have a 240 cities goal. We wanted to deliver more than 200,000 parcels daily with autonomous capabilities. At the outlets level, typically the historical method of delivery, including vehicles and drivers, would cost about 12 to 15 cents each. But with the autonomous solution, the cost would go down to somewhere around 8 cents. So that is a significant reduction. Now, on the third question, on our shareholder payback and a return of shareholder value. The company has and will comprehensively consider both dividend and share repurchase as measures to gradually but consistently increase shareholder returns. Currently, we do have sufficient cash reserves and also strong cash generation capabilities, and we are arranging a reasonable capital flow structure. For repurchasing of the shares decisions, we are closely monitoring the market trend and stock performance while taking into account some of the uncertainties in the marketplace, as well as our flexibility of financial arrangements. So going forward, we will continue to monitor and allocating capital and cash in increasing shareholder returns.
Thank you. Our next question today comes from Lisa Lee at Gold Securities. Please go ahead.
管理层好，感谢接受我的提问啊。我这边可能就是有个跟进的关于涨价的问题。我这边可能比较想问的是，就是整个快递的涨价对于电商市场以及行业限量增长的一个影响吧。因为刚刚其实赖总也有提到，可能价格上涨对一些低价件会有一些抑制这个限量的增长。然后所以想问，如果看更长期的维度，如果这个整个行业涨价性的这个方向是持续的，那中长期这种价格上涨对于电商行业的发展，特别是一些低价件的那些卖家的市场，我们怎么看这个需求的变化吧？然后后续的话，我们要怎么理解政府它怎么去平衡这种低价件卖家的一些影响和快递价格的一个平衡？我自己翻译一下。Let me translate by myself. So thank you, management, for taking my questions. So I just wonder, what do you think about the potential impact on the overall e-commerce industry and the industry parcel volume growth from the increase of the parcel price? So as management mentioned before, so the higher parcel price may depress on low-end parcel demand, and the industry parcel volume growth may be slowing down in the second half. So for the longer term, what do we see about the higher parcel price compared to the growth of overall e-commerce industry? So what do you expect the government, how the government maybe balance the growth and balance the price? Thank you.
谢谢啊，这个我认为更加合适的词应该叫价格理性回归。其实因为前段时间这个确实有些价格跟这个成本脱钩的还是比较厉害，所以就是现在广东比如说最低1.4块其实也对大部分的快递是没影响的。 这不是对一些特别这个价格低的。那监管部门跟行业呢，其实也是目的是为了遏制不正当竞争，维护基层网点的稳定，保障从业人员的权益让引导行业这个良性发展减少非理性低下行健康的市场竞争环境，才能促使这个行业可持续发展。是从这个角度有没有影响呢？这个对大部分商家这个合理价格的肯定是没影响的。我相信呢，也只有真正回归到价值竞争回到以服务品质在这条路上这个产品在分层分级方面满足用户这个需求，这个行业才能良性发展。我相信呢，这个大家也都会看到，其实打价格战确实是比较容易的事情，它不能产生价值，所以只有把服务品质做好把用户这个服务提升从而促进整个行业的健康发展，才是这个正道。那长期来看，我相信行业一定会朝着正确的方向健康持续这个只有健康持续这个行业才能更好的服务于这个上下游企业。谢谢。
It is in my opinion that the proper term to describe the recent trend should be that the price ought to return to sensibility. The competition in the recent past is the price and cost is disconnected. Nowadays, you see the lowest price in Guangdong is around 1.4 RMB. But indeed, it is not necessarily impacting all the or majority of the delivery practices. The authorities paid attention to those extreme pricing practices that are well below the costs. The intention is to protect the interest and benefits of many of the operators in the delivery businesses, including outlets and the couriers. Majority of the merchants, their price is still reasonable, and the impact of the price adjustments or returning of the sensibility is less impactful to them as opposed to for those extreme portion of small and light packages. We think that the differentiated product and services is important to our customers, to merchants as well as to consumers. So we all see that it is easy to reduce price, but price reduction doesn't create value. The future of competition for this industry lies with quality of services, differentiated product and services to meet different demand or needs. So we think that, and I strongly believe has always been, that the impact is less at this point, and going forward, the longer term betterment of this industry is to shift from price competition for volume to quality of services, gaining both economic gain as well as volume increases. That is the only way to have a sustainable growth for the industry.
Thank you. This concludes our question and answer session. I'd like to turn the conference back over to management for closing remarks.
Thank you very much for everyone joining of today's call. And we are anticipating conversations with you and discussions with you for anything that you have questions on. And thank you again.
Thank you. This concludes today's conference call. We thank you all for attending today's presentation. You may now disconnect your lines and have a wonderful day.